My dear students, today we are going to study the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet who lived in between 1874 to 1963. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. This poem, The Road Not Taken, is a well-known poem by Robert Frost, published in 1960. As the first poem in the collection Mountain Interval, its central theme is the divergence of paths, both literally and figuratively, although its interpretation is noted for being complex and potentially divergent. We can look this poem one by one in a stanza. The first stanza says, "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down, one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth." The poet here reaches once upon a time in a jungle, and he saw two roads diverged from a place. He thinks that, "I am very sorry, being a single traveler, I cannot travel on both roads at a time. So I can travel only on one path." He stood there and he saw up to very far how far he could look there in the jungle up to where the roads seen, bent and finished in the jungle. He says that this was only his meanings, worldly meanings, but he wants to say that in this first stanza that this life has also two ways of passing it. One is material life, materialistic life, and another is spiritualistic life. One can think more and more and tries to choose to move on one. As this poet here has explained that he is standing for a long time and thinking to travel on one path. In the second stanza, he says, "Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted beer. Though as for that the passing there had o'er them really about the same." In this second stanza, the poet becomes some innovative, some courageous, and he says that in those both roads, one road was traveled by many people, but another was not traveled by many. So he took the second one, which was less traveled by people, which was grassy and which wanted wear. That road once wanted people to walk on that. He does the justification that on this road also people should walk on. Most of the people in this world want to live materialistic life, which is very common, easier, known to everyone. But spiritual life, spiritualistic life, the life of inner core of the heart, people never dare to walk on that. But this poet here seems to be courageous, innovative, and he chooses to move on that very path. Here he says, one should also walk on the path of spiritual life. So in the third stanza, he says, and both that morning equally lay in lips, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads unto way, I doubted if I should ever come back. This third stanza is very meaningful. Here, what he says in these two lines first, and both that morning equally lay in lips no step had trodden black. This, he says, both roads are covered with the leaves fallen from the trees. But the second road has not been trampled by the people, and leaves and grasses are the same. But the first one has been walked by people. So he leaves the first one for next day. He says, oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads unto way. He says that I know this second road which has not been traveled by people, where it leads me, what type of difficulties I am going to face, I don't know. But I have to move on that. He also doubts whether he could return back or not from that very way. There is a doubt in his mind. When people moves on the path of spiritualism, he doesn't know what types of challenges he is going to face in his life. Whether he is going to get success, whether he is going to get his destination or not in his life. The doubts is always there. With the doubts, one goes on traveling on the path of spiritualism, on the path of meditation. This poet says this here in this very stanza. In the next stanza, in the fourth stanza, he says, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In his thinking, by thinking he seems to be tired, he takes a sigh and he sees people passage life, ages, years, and people may get success, may not get success. He says, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. In that very way of life which is difficult, which has so many challenges to achieve the goal, years and ages pass. Where the poet is standing at that very place from where two roads diverged. He is now at the place from where he sees that everyone has to choose or has to travel on one path. The poet says, and I took the one less traveled by. From here, the poet says that I have chosen to walk on the meditative way of life, and that has made all the difference. This decision has made all the differences. I have myself chosen the path of challenges, and I know that so many difficulties I have to face in completion of this very life to achieve the goal, to achieve the success. But difference is that if one day if I get success, people will be surprised. There will be ecstasy, tremendous joy in the life, and that becomes the difference. That will be the difference from others. And that is the poet talks here in all the stanzas. विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, यसलाई म एकचोटि नेपालीमा भन्ने प्रयास गर्छु। कवि हिँड्दा हिँड्दै कुनै बेला जंगलको यस्तो ठाउँमा पुगेका छन् जहाँबाट दुईवटा बाटोहरू छुटिन्छन् र जंगलमा हराउँछन्। जति टाढासम्म उनी हेर्न सक्छन् उनी हेर्छन् र भन्छन् कि two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood and looked down as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. कवि भन्छन् कि म एक्लो यात्री भएको हुनाले दुईटै बाटोमा एकैचोटिमा हिँड्न सक्दिन। मैले त्यो ठाउँमा उभिएर धेरै टाढासम्म हेरे जहाँसम्म ती दुईटै बाटोहरू जंगलमा हराउँछन्। ती घाँसिलो र झाडी भएको जंगलमा ती बाटोहरू जहाँसम्म हराउँछन् मैले हेरे, तर म दुवै बाटोमा एकैपटक हिँड्न सक्दिन। कविले यो पहिलो अनुच्छेदमा भनेका छन्। यसको भित्रपट्टि लुकेको कुरो के हो भने जिन्दगी एउटा यस्तो मोडमा पुग्छ जहाँबाट मान्छेले जिन्दगीको दुईवटा बाटो हेर्छ। एउटा संसारिक बाटो, भौतिकवादिताको बाटो र अर्को आध्यात्मिक बाटो। र यसमा मान्छे सोचेर विचारेर धेरै विचार गर्छ, धेरै सोच्छ कि कुन बाटोमा हिँड्ने। त्यही अवस्थामा यहाँ कवि पुगेको देखिन्छन्। दोस्रो अनुच्छेदमा उनी के भन्छन् भने then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had owned them really about the same. दोस्रो अनुच्छेदमा कवि यो भन्न पुग्छन् कि मैले न्याय गरेर दोस्रो बाटोलाई छाने हिँड्नको लागि। पहिलो बाटो सबैले छानेका थिए, अर्को बाटोमा मानिसहरू हिँडेका थिएनन्। त्यसकारण मैले जस्टिफिकेसन न्याय गरे र मैले दोस्रो बाटोमा हिँड्नको लागि छाने। त्यो बाटोमा घाँसहरू थियो र त्यो बाटोले कोही म माथि हिँडोस् भनेर चाहिरहेको थियो। त्यहाँबाट हिँड्ने मान्छेहरू यदि हिँड्यो भने त्यसको लागि त्यो एउटा न्याय हुन सक्छ र त्यसमा रहेका पातहरू पनि पहिलाको बाटो जस्तै कुल्चिनेछन्। मानिसको जिन्दगीमा भौतिकवादको जिन्दगी त प्राय सबैले जिउन चाहिरहेका हुन्छन् र जिउँछन्, किनकि त्यो सबैलाई चिर परिचित जिन्दगी हो। त्यसमा धेरै कठिनाइहरूको सामना छैन। तर आध्यात्मिक जीवन भनेको यस्तो जीवन हो कि त्यसको बारेमा मानिसहरूलाई केही थाहा छैन। त्यो अज्ञात बाटो हो। र त्यस्तो बाटोमा एउटा साहसी व्यक्ति मात्रै यात्रा गर्न सक्छ। त्यो यस्तो अनजान बाटो हो कि त्यो बाटोले मान्छेलाई कहाँ लग्छ त्यसको कुनै ठेगान छैन। तेस्रो अनुच्छेदमा कवि के भन्छन् भने, एन्ड बोथ that morning equally lay in lips no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how well leads on today, I doubted if I should ever come back. तेस्रो अनुच्छेदमा कविले के हेर्छन् भने, रुखका पातहरू दुवै बाटोहरूमा खसेका छन्, तर एउटा पनि पाइला त्यो दोस्रो बाटोमा हिँडिएको छैन। उनी सोच्छन् कि पहिलो बाटो म कुनै अर्को दिन हिँडुला, यो दोस्रो बाटोले मलाई कहाँ लिएर जाने हो यसको सुनिश्चितता उनी गर्न सक्दैन। उनी मनमा यो पनि शंका गर्छन् कि यो बाटोमा हिँड्दा हिँड्दै म जंगलमा कहीँ हराउने हो या कि फर्किने हो, तर फर्किने उहाँलाई शंका लागिरहेको हुन्छ। र वास्तवमा यस्तै जिन्दगीमा पनि हुन्छ। मान्छेले एउटा बाटो छानिसकेपछि अर्कोमा हिँड्ने उसको समय नै आउँदैन कि जस्तो हुन्छ। अन्तिम अनुच्छेदमा कवि के भन्छन् भने, आई शैल बी टेलिङ दिस विथ अ साई समवेयर एजेस एन्ड एजेस हेन्स टू रोड्स डाइभर्स्ड इन अ वुड एन्ड I took the one less traveled by and that has made all the difference. कवि सोच्दा सोच्दै थाकेको अनुभव गर्दा गर्दै उनी के भन्छन् भने, मान्छेहरूको त यस्तो अवस्था हुन्छ कि निर्णय लिनमा वर्षौं बितिहाल्छ। कुनै खास एउटा बाटोमा हिँड्दा हिँड्दै पूरा जिन्दगी बितिहाल्छ। त्यही अवस्थामा म पुगे जहाँ म उभिरहेको थिएँ जंगलको ठाउँमा। त्यहाँबाट दुईवटा रोडहरू छुटिएका छन् र ती दुईवटा रोड मध्ये जुन बाटो कम हिँडिएको थियो त्यही बाटोमा हिँड्न मैले छाने, त्यही बाटोमा म हिँड्न तयार भएँ र यसले मेरो जिन्दगीमा फरक ल्याइदिएको छ। यो कवि यसमा गहिरिएर यो भन्न चाहन्छन् कि जिन्दगीको दुईवटा बाटो मध्ये मैले आध्यात्मिक बाटोलाई चुने, मैले अन्तर जगतको बाटोलाई चुने, मैले ध्यानको बाटोलाई चुने, मैले आत्माको परिचय हुने बाटोलाई छाने। ठेकान छैन यसमा मैले कस्तो किसिमको सामनाहरू, कस्तो किसिमको कठिनाइहरू र चुनौतीहरू भोग्नु पर्नेछ। जिन्दगीमा म सफल हुन्छु कि हुँदिन यसको पनि कुनै निश्चित छैन। यसले मेरो जिन्दगीलाई फरक पारिदिएको छ र यदि सफल भए भने जिन्दगीमा एउटा ठूलो आनन्द हुनेछ र मेरो जिन्दगी अन्यको जिन्दगी भन्दा धेरै फरक हुनेछ। सबैले मेरो सफलताको गुणगान गर्नेछन्, सबैलाई मेरो जिन्दगी आश्चर्यको रूपमा देखा पर्ने छ। यस्तो किसिमको फरक हुनेछ भनेर कवि रोबर्ट फ्रोस्टले यी कविताका पंक्तिहरू कोरेका छन्। My dear students, you should listen this very poem many times and you should read the summary that I have included here and learn it. Thank you.